It's time for Tricks of the Trade, hosted by Andrew Bourne, Business Development Manager for Africa of Zoho Corporation. Andrew will be giving us the tips and tricks on how we can effectively digitize our businesses, the digital transformation strategies, cost optimization, long-term survival, and more. Welcome, Andrew.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for having me. It's great to be here with you guys today. And so, yes, today I will be talking about how to effectively digitize your business. So starting off, let's quickly see what the definition of digitize is. So converting picture or sound, and I think in this context, anything related to our business is you want to convert it into a digital form that can be processed by a computer. And so obviously with the recent pandemic, it's become more important now to have these digital systems in place to effectively run your business. All right, so just a few digital transformation notes. So understanding staff. All staff must understand why the company wants to implement or digitize a certain business process or a certain type of function of the business. You really need to get understanding and be transparent with your staff as to why you're doing it and on what the benefits are going to be. The next is keep a working document. It's kind of like in addition to your business plan is your digital transformation strategy, is to just analyze, adapt, and keep improving. And it's best to keep it in a document. The next point I put there is to prioritize your digital transformation. So what I've done in the past, a very, really good way of doing it is we used a sheet, an Excel spreadsheet or a Zoho sheet, and we put in the columns of digitization, what we were going to need to do. We put in the technology we were going to use, and then we had a column called prioritize or priority ranking, and we would rank it between 1 and 5, and then we would sort it to make sure that we focused on the most important digitizations in the business, because you can't do it all at once and you don't want to rush it. Then next up, we've got a frequent strategy session. So get your teams together and frequently revisit your plan of digitization and find out what is working, what are the challenges. And then next, create a LMS, a learning management system, so that you can provide your staff with training. It is vitally important that your staff don't get frustrated when you do your digitization or digital transformation. And it's even more important than when new staff join the company, that you can plug them in and say, here's a course, this is how our system works. And they can watch a few videos or read some articles on exactly how the business technology works. And then next, we've got cost optimization. Keep the costs in mind. Sometimes you can run down a really dark rabbit hole when it comes to technology, and you want to make sure that you're looking for the most cost-effective solution, but obviously it needs to meet your business needs. And then also watch out for the free and the smoke and mirrors. You don't want to get a technology solution that says, hey, we'll give it to you for free for a year. And then all of a sudden, it's a huge amount and a huge cost. So really look very, very closely at what the costs are, as well as also bear in mind that if it's free, there might be ad revenue, and there might be surveillance and tracking in the background. Okay, so that's just the brief notes for the beginning. All right, so the digital transformation strategy, you need to ask yourself two very important questions. So the first one, which parts of the business can be digitized? All right, and we'll go through a few of them now. So here's some examples of digitization. So first of all, I don't know how many of you know, the younger generation might not even know this, but back in the day, we printed out pieces of paper called a customer information sheet, and those would be filled out with all the customer information. You would make notes on it and would go in a lever arch file. And I remember doing that years ago. And then eventually you would then document it into an Excel spreadsheet, but now we get to the stage where CRM, customer relationship management systems, are vitally important, and also the ones with the native mobile app that you can get off the App Store, so that you can quickly just put in the information and it's there in the system and can be accessed by anyone in the company. And likewise, you can have also an online form where people can put in their information, customers can put in information and go straight into your CRM system. It just makes business far more efficient. Then next, we've got the paper forms to the digital forms. This is something important, not only for maybe for your business to be more efficient, because you don't have to then scan, you don't have to print, but it's also for your staff. Your staff don't have to go through that process, and then your customers don't have to worry about also having to scan and print. They can easily just pop it up and fill out the form. And it's also important to note, if you're going to get an online form builder, make sure you can also use it offline to document people's entries. Okay. Then next we have written signatures versus digital signatures. Now that's also way more important nowadays with health and people wanting to make sure that the pandemic gets under control. So to look for a digital signature solution where you can just make it real easy and send customers contracts where they can click and easily digitally sign the documents. Then here is another one. This is a threefold example. So for years, we've had contact us forms on our website. Now those are still vitally important, but the next step is to get a live chat on your website where customers can go in and they can get instant communication with your team. And even if your team's not available, they can still click on that and they can fill out their details, and you'll still get it populated into your CRM or into your technology system. And then you can take one step even further, and you can go have a contact us form, have a live chat and a chatbot. And you'll see there in the bottom right hand corner how that chatbot is asking, what sort of trip do you want to take? Family trip. Then it's asking what sort of numbers, and all that information can be fed into your system so that you can better manage your customers. And it's also far more efficient for your customers, and they really enjoy getting instant communication, even if it just is a chatbot. All right, the next important question is, what do you want to achieve? Now, a lot of people think it's simple, but these are the four most important things that you need to achieve with digital transformation. So the one is increased productivity. You want your staff to be able to easily work and navigate your digital ecosystem with all your different business applications. It's vitally important for not only for your staff's experience, but also for your customers. If a customer calls in, your staff can quickly bring up all the information that's pertinent to that customer. Next is your business process efficiencies. You want to be able to have, for instance, like a blueprint where your staff that, let's say, qualify the leads, they click one button and it's going to show them all the questions they need to ask that lead. And when they fill in all that information, it gets populated into the system, and you have then a record of exactly what that lead is looking for. Then next up, we've got the customer experience. It's vitally important in this day and age to have your customers have a really good experience when dealing with your company. And also if you've got technology in place for them, so to make it really efficient and easy for them to use. And then to also have surveys to ask them, how easy was that process for you? And then next up is obviously your employee experience, because that will then overflow to your customers and influence your customer experience. If your employees are happy with the system and it works really well, and they can really, give your customers a good experience. Right, so here is just some research that was recently done, and they were saying in North America, the customer-facing employees, the biggest pain point is the technology that they use day in and day out. So it's vitally important that your staff have a system that can allow them to be very, very productive and easily communicate with customers. And then they go on to saying that the software tools were inadequate before COVID. So, it's important that if you're starting a business, or if you're growing a business, or even if you've got a large enterprise in place, to really look at what the technology system you have and make sure that it is a completely integrated system so that productivity flows with your staff. Okay. Then here is an example of what not to do. So the integration spaghetti on the right-hand side is a whole bunch of custom integrations and connections that are built between various different systems with different brands. And it can be very, very costly. But it can also, an API integration could break or something could happen, and it would stop your business from operating. And then on the left-hand side, we see a very connected ecosystem where the apps integrate easily. You can see the information across the different apps and the platforms so that your staff can easily go in and look into the CRM and see any support tickets that are open for the customer, any quotes that were generated, so they can have a complete overview of the customer in order to serve them better. Okay, efficient process example. So Uber is a very good example, not only for the customer experience, but also for the staff, where and also for the cab drivers, where it's quick and easy. You can request a cab, you get the detailed information provided, the cost, the distance, the estimated time of arrival, the driver's details. Is obviously a safety precaution, and it's an important part to make sure customers feel safe. It's simple, fast payment methods. That's also vitally important going forward, is easy payment methods. Make it easy for people to pay you. And the ability to rate the customer experience. Definitely, you have to survey your customers to see whether your digital transformation is working and it's benefiting your business. All right, the next thing is to map out the business processes that you might want to digitize. And here's an example. Let's say a PDF, this is what you would do pre-digitization, a PDF, warranty claim form, where the customer emails your staff and says, I need to warranty this. Then the staff has to send the PDF form. Then the customer has to print it, fill it out and scan it and send the email with the photos. The staff must receive the email with the form and the photos. And sometimes that PDF can be rather large and it has to be downscaled, or they've scanned it upside down and it has to be flipped. And you go through that. That's the old process, whereas with digitization, you can have a website online form for your warranty claims where they can attach their images, and that information goes straight into the CRM. Once that person submits that form, then it can automatically email them and say, thank you for submitting your form. It then also auto triggers an approval process. So it then notifies the specific staff member that there's a warranty claim, and then that staff member can have a look at it. And then once it's been approved, they change the status, which also then triggers an automation where you can automate email to the customer approving, their warranty. And then it goes through the process. So it's such a far more efficient way of managing that business process. And also it's important the business can then track analytics like the average claim approval time, and also automatically send the customer a little survey to find out what their happiness rating is. So that's just an example of going through exactly what your different business processes are and look to see how you can better and how you can digitize them. Next is you need to map your customer journey. So all your customer journeys, from awareness, from the website, the social media, Google My Business, vitally important. And then also to lead capture, you're going to use a digital form. You're going to have a website live chat. Lead qualification, obviously the information will come in from those different lead capture sources into your CRM, and you can then have either send them back an online form where they can fill out what they're looking for, or give you finer details, or you can phone them up and your staff can have a call script sitting in the CRM that they can then obviously follow and then fill in. And then lead nurturing, follow-up reminders with your leads. And then next up, we've got communication, phone, email, WhatsApp. All needs to be built into your system to really be efficient and have your staff be very productive. And then a contract, digitally sign the contract, have it sent out to the customer, make it real easy and simple for them to do. And then quotations, have a customer portal that a customer can go in and see their quotations at any given time. They can accept them online. And then next also with an invoice, online payment gateways, make it easy for your customers to pay you. One click opens up a payment gateway. They put in their credit card details, or they do an instant EFT, or however the payment gateway is configured, whether it's a barcode scan. Have that implementation. And then surveys, get that happiness rating from your customers to see how you can improve. And then retention, have support desk, after sales service, service reminders, and then advocacy. So how are you going to keep those customers, those past customers, happy, and how are you going to keep them coming back for more, and how are you going to keep them recommending your company to other people? And so that's vitally important. You can have a little birthday message that goes out with the discount code, a purchase anniversary. Let's say someone purchases a car, you send them in a year's time, happy car purchase anniversary, and here's a coupon for a free wheel alignment. So those are things you can really do with technology to improve the business. And then map your employees' journeys. How is your employee experiencing your business? Because that's also vitally important. So from the recruitment phase, application process, interviews. We've got applications where you post, automatically posts the advert online, and when the person fills in, automatically comes in the system. You can throw them through an application process. You can log the interview in the system. Those are really important things to have to improve your employee journey, but it might not be high up on your priority list. So that might actually come a little bit further down the priority list on the digital transformation. And then you've got HR management, attendance, leave, staff files. Where do you keep them? Is it easy for staff to access them? Are there security permissions to make sure all of those files, if they are confidential, they stay confidential? And then onboarding. When a staff member joins, how easy do you make it for them to plug into your system and learn how the technology works? So vitally important, an LMS, have training videos, having a course that they can go through. Next, new technology training, same thing, videos, manuals. You really need to make it easy for staff to use the systems. And then central customer info storage. So in your CRM, make it easy for the employees to see all the information related to a customer. And I know I've said this before, but it's very important that the staff can see if there's a support ticket, if there is a live chat that they've had, if there are notes made by another staff member, maybe a sales staff member, if there are any potential bigger deals that are happening with that customer, all needs to be seen in one view, in one place. And then quick response templates, so staff can quickly just 2 clicks and they can send a response. Thank you very much for we'll get back to you soon, or they see it's someone's birthday, 2 clicks and it's a happy birthday to the client. Vitally important to have those things set in place. And then to suggest support articles. Your support staff can have articles where they can search different articles, and they can just suggest it and automatically suggests to the customer that they read upon an article. And then to have an automated customer survey that gets sent out so that staff don't have to do too much to get that done, and then they get the feedback, which is important for them to know how they're doing. And then mobile apps is important for your on-site sales team, or your sales team, or anyone that gets outside of the office. But more so now when people are working from home, to be able to also quickly just look at their phone and see what's happening in the business and be able to respond if need be. All right, next up, assessing the technology solutions. So it's important to engage with your key staff members and get them to test the technology and make sure it's going to work for the business. And then also be mindful that some staff will have comfort zones and habits, and people don't like change, but you need to kind of help them, motivate them to see the long-term benefits. And that's why it's important to be transparent and explain to staff, the benefits of why you are digitizing the business. And then also a new technology, it might take time for them to get used to, but there might be benefits down the line, like reducing expenses or improving the business process efficiencies. So it's important to just run that through your staff, and also then to speak to your key staff members first. You'll see in the next point I've got there, not many people like change, so it's best to get your influential staff members to have a look at it and get their buy-in before you open up the discussion to other staff members, and then get those influential staff to help you motivate the change to the rest of the employees. And then it's important to build a customer-centric business ecosystem. I know I've mentioned this also before, but to have the CRM at the center of your technology solution, and then everything else must then push out and connect into your CRM so that everything is in there. So when a staff member needs to know about one customer, they go into one place, they search for the customer, and they can see exactly what's going on with that customer. Implementation planning. So as we said in the beginning, you need to prioritize your implementation And I do actually have a spreadsheet that I can share with you, and I'll get my email address at the end. And if you want to email me, you can email me and I'll send you that spreadsheet so you can have a look at it. But to do it in different stages. So if you've got like a new business, your stage one would be just getting the email set up, having a file management system, have a business chat so staff can quickly and easily communicate with each other, having word processors, spreadsheets, presentations, having online meetings, very important. So have the app for that. Online training is also important, and also having a website is important at that first stage. Then next, we definitely say CRM. You can see it's in bold there. It's very important to have a customer relationship management system. And then to plug in everything else, you've got a finance app, have the online forms so that you can generate your leads, have a support desk, website live chat. Your social media management is also important in this day and age. And then next, your stage 3, bulk email campaigns, bulk SMS campaigns, WhatsApp for business, integrations, and then the LMS learning management system. And, your LMS can be built, just keep it in maybe in file storage in the beginning, but eventually you want to have a nice app where the staff can go in and easily go through a course and easily search between the different courses and videos that they want to view. And then next, to do digital signatures apps and see how you can automate the digital signature app, coming straight out of the CRM into a document and then automatically getting sent for digital signature. Just makes things so much more efficient. Likewise with your digital surveys and your project management. Okay. Then change management, very important. So I've touched on it, but the definition is the controlled identification and implementation of required changes within a computer or technology system. So to identify the change, but it's also about how to assist in that change. So here is exactly what I've been saying now in the past is why is change management more important today than in the past? Well, recently companies around the globe were forced to adapt remote working. So, you have to now change and you have to help your staff understand why. Remote working requires a specific technology solution. It's a solution. It's not like you just get one app and it's going to do everything for you. You want to build a solution for your business. And then some might not go back to the office model. Companies like Twitter, Quora, Slack, they've indicated that they'll either be fully remote or remote first for the foreseeable future. So, it's important that's what if you want to recruit staff, they're going to be looking to see what's my, can I do flexi hours? Can I work from home? There's lots of studies going around now where people would far rather work from home, be closer to family. There's also research that shows that they've been more productive at home. So it's important to just, put and set up that technology so it works well for your business. And therefore, at the bottom, I've said, therefore, it's critical that businesses identify and implement the right technology solution. Some examples of changes: you might move from in-person document signing to digital signing app. Examples of that are Zoho Sign or DocuSign, or a personal chat app like WhatsApp. And having staff chatting to each other on a personal chat app is not as good as having an internal business chat where everything's kept in one place. Examples of that would be like Zoho Click or Slack. Then spreadsheets, you could use projects or Trello. Sorry, it's not spreadsheets. Spreadsheets you would use, you would move over to a project management app like Zoho Projects or Trello. And then you can move from spreadsheets into a CRM where you've got Zoho CRM, you've got Zoho Begin, you've got Salesforce, and those type of apps out there. And then you can move from expensive technology to just better priced technology. So package deals where the technology is just really well priced. Examples I've got there: Zoho Workplace and Zoho One. And then to move away from the integration spaghetti to the more connected technology solution, which would be an example, Zoho One. The reason why I'm mentioning it to you is that I run a business and I implemented Zoho One, and it was vitally important that there was a connected ecosystem. And so my talk today, I need to just relay that onto you, but it's important that you test all the systems that you look at and get a bunch of different technologies and a bunch of different brands and actually trial them and test them and have demos done by the companies and check exactly what the pricing is going to be before you make a decision. Okay, and the next, employee experience. We've also touched on that. So when you're changing or implementing your new technology, you must provide your staff with training. And videos are the best way of doing it. And it's easy to just do a screen recording and you can talk staff through how it needs to go. Just make sure those videos are as short as possible. You don't want to waffle on about different things during that video, because staff want to maybe, they want to get to the point and get it done. And you can go through it quickly because they can pause the video and they can go back. Okay, and then it's important to also have an omni-channel, which is have a system where you can communicate on different methods. So you've got email, your phone, you can have telephone integration called telephony, you can have WhatsApp for business integration, you can also have a business chat where you can invite your external customers to chat with your business, but also it works for the internal business communication. And then customer centric, like I said, all your customer information in one place. And the research that was done in 2017 by MIT shows that companies that provide a great employee experience are 25% more profitable than companies that don't. And I can tell you now, it's even more of an important, metric to focus on. Then your customer experience. So I'm briefly going to touch on this. So your customer experience is the result of your customer relationship. And customer experience is not customer service, because customer service is reactive. Something happens to a customer and they contact you and they're unhappy and then you react. That's customer service or customer support. Customer experience is proactive and it's continuous. You need to, exceed the expectations. You'll see they have put their customer service is expected, whereas customer experience is how you exceed your customers' expectations. And to do this effectively and efficiently, you would need a CRM system to do that. And then some examples, just so that you see the difference between the customer experience versus customer service, is the customer service. The reactive example is someone phones in and says, "Hello, I forgot my car needs a service. Please, can you book it in as soon as possible?" Okay, that's reactive. You're going to react, you're going to book them in. But a proactive approach would be, the customer calls and says, "I'm so happy you sent me an SMS reminder for my car service. I would have completely forgot. You guys are the best." And then, "Oh, by the way, thank you so much for my happy birthday email. I'd like to use the free wheel alignment voucher you sent me." Now, you see, that's customer experience. That's where you can use technology to really set yourself apart from your competitors. And then just some research that was done in 2019, a bad experience is driving customers away fast. And 32% of customers say that they will walk away from a brand they love just after one bad experience. So it's very important to make sure that you focus on a really good customer experience and keep improving and keep bringing in your team and doing brainstorm sessions to see how you can really improve that customer experience. Now, another important part is the digital image of your company. What's important in building a strong company image online? So just a few points that I've put down here. Google My Business profile. Have your phone number, have your website on there. It's important. Even when you have customers, maybe they can't, maybe they're quickly rushing to you and they really need to just get your number. They're going to go and Google, they're going to Google your business and they want to be able to click on that profile and quickly phone you, or quickly click on it and see your website. And also for people that are looking for business, it's important. They can quickly go in and search and your business will pop up. And then website, obviously search engine optimization, use images, visual representations are very important. Short text, keep short paragraphs, and put videos on there and testimonials, and even better video testimonials, where your potential customers can go in and see what your past customers have experienced. And then also case studies. What have you done? What's your product or service? What has it done for customers in the past? And then also have a portfolio of things that you've done. If you're, let's say, a website developer, show your portfolio on your website. Then next, we've got digital online forms. So contact us form, maybe a product alert form where people can quickly put in what they're looking for. Maybe it's a very niche specific product, maybe it's a type of painting. They can put it in there, and when you load the paintings into your system and you've got different tags to say what type of painting it is, it will automatically then alert that customer that there's a painting now that you've got available. And then obviously the standard newsletter sign up, then website live chat, and even if you're a one-person business, you can get a website live chat, and you can have your various departments on there. You can have reception, sales, support, finance. Even if they're all being put through to the same person or the same few people, it's important to really show that your company is committed to, being digitally prepared. And also it's good because you're now on the same playing level as the big enterprises that you compete with. So yeah, website live chat's also very important, especially with the new generation C that I'll go into a little bit later. And then we've got social media. So have a Facebook page and a LinkedIn company profile. I think those are the two very important profiles to have. Then Twitter, Instagram, social media management app, be able to push content, make it efficient. One post, push the content onto those social media platforms. And then also Facebook lead ads is also important, and then get it integrated into your CRM so that when someone fills in the information on your Facebook ad, it pops straight into your CRM and your sales team can deal with it. And then offline lead capture forms, when you're at events or markets, or in the store, make sure that, if there's network issues or if the internet's down, that you can still document the person's information in the form, and it will then upload once the connectivity is back up and running. Okay, and one of the last few things must be mobile friendly. The generation C, of this world now, they prefer to interact with service providers via mobile devices. So when they're like booking a flight, or if they want to make a table reservation at a restaurant, they really want to have a quick, easy way of opening up their phone and being able to do that, very efficiently. And so yeah, you'll see here in the research that's been shown that the smartphone capabilities and being mobile friendly is very important. Okay, future survival. Okay, this is the Kaizen philosophy, which I've used in business in the past, and I think a lot of businesses use this. And even if it's not just the Kaizen philosophy, Kaizen means change for better or continuous improvement. So I put it down to continuous improvement. So have those strategy sessions with your team. Talk about, is the digital transformation working? Is this digitized process being done in the best way possible, so that you can keep improving and growing the business? And then also for future survival, think, how can we be better than the competition? So provide customers with all the tools they require, so website live chat, easy for them to engage, email, SMS, WhatsApp, Google My Business listings like I spoke about, social media pages, improve ease of use, so mobile payment gateway integrations with your invoicing, or if you're a retailer, to have a barcode scanning payment gateway, or a simple order workflow process, or digital signatures like we've spoken about. Then to provide your staff with the tools so they can better deliver a customer experience, and then request and display testimonials and reviews. It's important to have testimonials and reviews because your customers find that far more valuable than paid influencer type arrangements where they know someone's getting paid to promote a product. Whereas if they see a video with a real life, genuine customer that used the technology, that is just far more powerful in helping them make that decision. And then have your technology that integrates easily, customer interactions in one place, and in each customer, it's just info is just one click away. Okay, and then I have to mention just one platform that helped me in my business. And yes, I do work for Zoho now, but previously, before I started working for Zoho, I ran a business, and to really be efficient, we implemented Zoho one, which is 45 integrated business apps. So I really have to mention that to everyone to have a look at that, but also look at the other technologies out there. Please go and look at all the different technologies, compare them, compare the price, test them out, get demos. But I do need to mention it because it's a vitally important thing that helped my business. And I really want to help other businesses out there to see that. All right, so thank you very much. I really appreciate the time spent with you. And yes, my email address is there on the bottom. You're welcome to email me if you'd like me to just send you the link to, we've got a shared folder where you can see the spreadsheet with the digital transformation. It's a way that you can prioritize it, and you can see the different priority rankings and how I've set it out. But yes, thank you very much, and I really appreciate it.